This is Chief and Shawn, and we're live in the 405.
No, we're not live. This is a podcast, not live. This will be aired at a later date.
We're live.
No, we're not. You're listening to Chief? No, I'm sure. You're listening to Chief and Shawn. We're talking about the list, our lives, and automotive culture in general. Not live.
And we're still kind of live.
You're listening to Chief and Shawn talk about cars, life, and every once in a while, movie reviews.
I feel like we're pretty good at movie reviews.
It is November 4th, the days, 2 days after the No Prep, and we're going to be talking about everything that we want to talk about this week. Damn it, somebody's phone's not on silent. Please put your phone on
That'd be
silent.
Monkey over there. Oh, amateur.
We had some people confused on our last podcast because we didn't actually say who we were. I am Chief. This voice, this beautiful, raspy, manly voice that you're listening to right now is the voice of Chief, and my partner in crime is going to introduce himself.
I'm Shawn. I'm the guy with the no filter. I'm the guy who pisses everybody off and the guy who just doesn't think before he talks. And
you got the Nova.
This is my voice. I drive the Murder Nova, and I feel like we don't talk the same.
Well, my mother wanted to make sure that we introduce ourselves correctly so people know which one of us is which one of us.
Well,
so,
my mother had a lot to say about it, and it didn't have anything to do with that.
I feel like you guys don't look the same either.
I think
You got the beautiful baby face. Sean's got the
Watch it.
long, hairy goatee.
The what? You know, the 3-day binge look.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
all right, so I want to get right into this, and this weekend was the Thunder Valley Raceway Park annual No Prep race that Big Mark and Jesse put on every year, and it's an amazing race.
We love it.
It's one of the most fun things you could ever do with a race car.
That's not illegal.
And holy shit, was this thing huge. That place was packed wall to wall with people. We were late entries. Me and Shawn weren't supposed to actually be at the race, but we, at the last minute, decided we were going to jump in and see how long we could last against some of the fastest no prep cars ever. And we did okay.
I mean, you got to remember, this is the first no prep that we've been to in a year. We haven't no prepped. I haven't even had my car at a track. So, let alone a no prep. Last November, the last one that Jesse and Mark had was the last one that we have had our cars
And you went
at.
to the final.
I did go to the final, and it still had a Pro Charger then. This is the first no prep I've done with the new suspension and with the turbos. So,
It looked great.
yeah. Obviously, the surface was a little better than what we had thought it was going to be, and we should have tightened the front end up a little bit. So I wasn't worried about it. I went out to have a good time and support the no prep, and that was it. It didn't bother me 2 bits to lose.
So you lost.
I did lose.
You lost first round.
Yeah,
That
and
sucks.
I've read all over the internet that the suspension is all fucked up on my car. It's horrible suspension, which I guess it probably is for the track. But
Yeah, the surface, let's clear this up right away. The surface of this no prep was not normal no prep surface. There was nothing anyone could do. The surface was amazing.
It was really
sun
good.
being out, starting that early in the day, and the amount of cars. We've never seen that many cars in the big tire class in a no prep. So, I mean, by the time I went up, I was the 10th race, and by the time I went up to the starting line, dude, that thing was on kill. I mean, that surface was amazing. It was a little tricky on the big end, but the starting line was just killer. I mean, my car pulled almost 3 Gs on the starting line at a no prep race. That's unheard of. It barely does that at a good track, much less a no prep track. So
yeah,
it was not something that we are used to surface-wise after racing on the street every weekend for a year for the TV show. But I ended up winning my first round. I raced a small block, big single turbo Grand National
It was a really sweet car, by the way. I don't know the guy. I know the guy that helps him tune.
Brant Gamble was tuning the car.
He's obviously from Amarillo area.
Yeah,
but
Brant's a hell of a good guy.
It's a beautiful car for sure.
It was an awesome car. I don't think he was ready for the surface to be that good either. It looked like he had his turned way, way, way down.
Obviously,
and mine was turned up as usual. So,
well, turned down for what?
Yeah, exactly. Why would I turn it down? So the surface was crazy good. Now, once you got out there a little ways, it was super tricky, and because of that, we saw some epic crashes.
Horrible.
We haven't been able to go racing much since the TV show in public. It's all been for the TV shows. So I was not prepared for the amount of fans in the pit. I mean, it was insane. There were so many people that just loved the fact that we were there, and they wanted to hang out. They wanted to take pictures. They wanted to see the cars. They wanted to talk, about their cars. I mean, it was a great time. The fans were amazing. There was not one fan that I wanted to punch in the face all day. Not one.
I'll tell you what helps us out on that deal is I couldn't imagine having a nitrous car and having to deal with all the problems that the nitrous guys have, everything you have to do before a race to race those cars and deal with all the fans. Well, I mean, luckily, any we don't have to do anything to our cars.
Yeah, any car that takes a lot of maintenance would really suck in that situation because of all the people that want to come up to you and ask you about your car and take a picture with you and stuff. So it's really nice to have our cars in the position they're in now to where basically we just adjust the shocks and put ice in it and we're ready to go to the starting line. But a lot of people want to know why we left early. I'd like to apologize for that, first of all. We put a whole lot into this TV show, and we got the word from production that it was time to leave the no prep and be on set. So in order for me to make it on time, I had to take my kids home, feed them, and get a babysitter and everything else that you have to do to get ready for a street race. So I had to leave early. Even though I won first round, I forfeited the rest of the race, and I left. And I apologize to anybody that paid to see me race that didn't get to see me race, or anybody that paid to get in to see me or my car and you didn't get to hang out or talk to me or take a picture with me. My sincerest apology, and I hope I get to make that up to you very soon. But in life, sometimes you have to make clear choices, and mine was to go prepare for my street race that night, which you will see on TV very soon. The 4th season of Street Outlaws is going to air mid-December on Discovery Channel, and you will see why I leave early for races like that, because I want to be prepared for the television show race. So,
well, and we stayed as long as we possibly could. We stayed like 2 hours past the time that we were supposed to be.
Yeah, I did everything I could to make that happen, and it wasn't Thunder Valley's fault. It wasn't Big Mark's fault. It just, the way it went down, there were some crazy crashes. There was a terrible oil down. I mean, it was like the cards were stacked against me being able to stay long enough to make the race, to finish the race, which I feel like I had a decent car and I could have went very far, if not won the whole damn thing. Big baller coupe, that sucks.
Damn.
I mean, we've gone round and round with that guy. I've screamed in that guy's face. He screamed in my face. He really likes Shawn.
Yeah.
It sucks for him to see him crash a brand new car. He rolled that thing, I don't know, it was like 97 times or something.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy. Jerry Chambers comes running through the pit. He said, Big Baller Coupe just rolled his car 37 times. And we thought he was full of shit. And then we watched the video and we're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it was the craziest crash I'd ever seen. Word from him is the throttle stuck wide open after the finish line, and he was just along for the ride. He did what he could to save the car. It didn't happen, but he jumped out before the car even stops rolling.
Oh, he stepped out of the car like a boss.
And he was completely unharmed. It was amazing. Whoever built the cage in that car needs a gold medal.
Yes. Definitely needs to put a cage in his next car.
Yeah, and it sucks because he won his race, I think. I think he won and then crashed.
I couldn't really see. I watched the video, and I don't know what happened to the video, but it was really fuzzy, and then it came in once he started rolling. But I never even got a chance to look at the car. I heard it was all brand new. I heard it had an F2 Pro Charger on it.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was a Pro Charge car. You know, otherwise I'd have been overlooking at it. But it looked pretty amazing from what I saw. Obviously, it was pretty fast, and it just sucks that anything like that happens, especially one of your first races after you get the car done.
Yeah, it does suck. And that's one of the big things about these no prep races that's so tough is the surface is just – it's crazy because it's so good on the starting line and it's so shitty at the finish line that it's like the weirdest tune-up you'll ever need to get down it.
It gives you a false sense. You see all these cars doing wheelies and you think, well, fuck, let's turn it up.
Yeah, no shit. And that's what I did.
We didn't turn ours up. We just didn't turn them down.
Exactly. Monza, he nearly totaled his car.
It was close. It was close.
Left rear tire was off the ground for 80 foot. He flat spotted all 4 tires.
Looked to me like he locked up the tires.
He did. He definitely locked up the brakes. He did a good job of saving it, though. He didn't hit nothing,
That's
so
right.
commendable to him. The guy he was racing, Corey Peters in the HP Racing Eleanor Mustang, he was not so fortunate. He gathered up the wall, tore the car up pretty good.
It looked fucked.
Hopefully he'll get it back together and he'll be back sooner than later. No one wants to see anybody tear up a car. Thankfully, Don Dial built a very nice car.
Exactly.
And Corey wasn't hurt, and Corey stepped out just as Big Baller Coop did. So thankfully, all those guys were okay.
Well, I don't really like those guys, but all they do is mouth off about everything. But it was a beautiful car. I mean, it was one of the most beautiful cars I've ever seen, and I hate to see it happen to anybody. Whether I like them or not, it's a shitty deal. You know, hopefully they'll get it fixed.
There was a lot of street outlaw guys at the no prep race. Dave Comstock in the Sonoma was there. He went out first round, just wheelied hard, hit the bars. All 4 tires come off the ground. Nothing he could do about that. It just wasn't prepared for that good of a sticky surface. He lost to the Fabian in the Primer Mustang, and then Derek. Well, he put out Dominator, right? Yeah, yes, Derek put out Dominator, and then the man of the hour, Richard Clark, he puts out Derek after putting out the Murder Nova.
Well, I feel like Derek jinxed himself on that deal. I mean, I got put out by the GOAT, which I had no idea it was that big of a deal. I didn't know that he was the type of guy to shake my hand in person and then go to the internet and just totally bash me and talk about, I mean, he's the Dragon Slayer, you know? I mean, I went out there to have a good time. Could I have set my car up to run better on a no prep surface? Of course I could have, but I didn't want to change shit up before I raced on the streets later that night, and it just wasn't worth it to me. I just went out there to have a good time, and if I would have realized who I would have potentially lose to, then I probably would have changed some shit up. But
judging by his posts in the social media, Richard Clark is a fucking nut job.
Obviously, I mean, he's like got 2 personalities.
Has fucking problems. Like, I've heard of bipolar. He's like tripolar.
Yes.
He's quadruple polar.
Yes.
This guy is fucking insane. One post, he's nice and respectful and thanking everyone, and he's just being a normal guy. And then the next post, he's just hatred and fuck street outlaws, and those guys suck, and then we kick their ass, and they're not the fastest on the street, even though we weren't on a street. It was a racetrack. But, you know, that guy, I've never seen anyone on the internet that is as back and forth as that guy. It's fucking incredible how far off the radar he is.
I've heard a lot of stuff about him, but I've never been able to talk about him because I didn't know the guy. And honestly, I guess I've met him before because I've seen pictures of me and him together, but I never really met the guy till this weekend. And I talked to him, and after the race, he came over, he shook my hand. I told him congratulations. I told him good race. It wasn't no big deal to me. You know, he said, I'm just glad it was you, because anybody who's seen the race saw him come over into my lane and almost hit me. Well, he even said, I'm glad it was you over there. He said, once I realized it's Shawn over there, you got a little bit of experience on this deal, I knew I wasn't scared that you were going to hit me, you know? So it wasn't that big of a deal. He was a good enough guy in person. And then next thing I know, it's all over the internet about he's the Dragon Slayer and my car's a piece of shit and it's slow and the suspension's all fucked up and Richard Clark is the man and he'd be number 1 on our list. And I mean, it just goes on.
I don't see how he can claim that though, because this guy, he he wins the no prep big tire class.
Yes, congratulations.
You did well. You won the big tire class. There were some big names in it. You kicked ass. Good fucking job. Stick with it. But then he races the small tire winner, Boosted GT.
Who's what number is he on our list?
Fucking 9. I mean, and
got me.
He races him for $2,000, and he gets drove the fuck around by a small tire, small block, single turbo car, and he's on the internet doing all this mouthing when he got fucking drugged by Boosted. So Boosted,
but you don't hear anything about that.
Well, no. And Boosted right now is the king of the no prep. No one is fucking doing as well as Boosted. Boosted has won like 40 no preps in a row.
Yeah.
And even when he wins the small tire class, then he turns around
and beats the big tire guys.
Skull fucks the big tire winner just for fun. I mean, this guy is a goddamn bounty hunter of no preps.
Yes. Good job, Boosted.
Yeah, good job, Boosted. Congrats to Chuck for going to the final in the small tire class. I heard it was a really close race between you and Boosted. That's fucking awesome. Congratulations.
And that always seems to happen too, don't it?
Yep.
It's always Chuck and Boosted in the finals.
Chuck and Boosted can no prep.
Yeah.
They can fucking no prep.
Well, I don't know if Chuck can no prep or not, but he makes his car go down the.
He beat me in the last no prep.
Yeah, he
can
did.
Fucking no
he did.
prep.
That's what I'm saying though. He like wheels his car to go down the track.
Yeah, and that's what makes Chuck Chuck. Yeah. Let's see. Dave put up a $2,500 call out to any of the winners of the no prep, especially Richard Clark for a street race.
For all of us, though.
Yeah, he spoke for me and you in that deal.
Which, good job, Dave. I allow Dave to speak for me on that deal.
From what I can tell from the internet, Richard Clark or none of his people have responded to the $2,500 call out on the street, and he just wants to race on television, which he may get his chance eventually, and everyone will get to see what kind of street racer he is. Okay. We're going to answer some questions from Facebook here.
Right on. I love these.
Let's see what we got. I'm sure there are some just epic questions
there always
on the
are.
Facebooks. When does the next season start? From Jonathan Hill. Let's say December 15th. Let's just call it December 15th.
That's a good right about.
I mean, that's right in the middle of December.
Yeah.
We'll just guess it there.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
So there you go. December 15th. That's when the next season will start. Mike Murillo asks, is it true that if you don't use it, you will lose it?
I've heard that is true. Fucking Murillo.
Ashwin Torf, why can't you use nitrous with turbochargers? You can. Brad Edwards just went $3.99 with it.
but why would we need to? I mean, you can do it.
I want to. I might already be doing it. You never know.
I feel like I have enough power that I don't need to do it.
Will you be attending the PRI show in December? Yes.
Yes.
And do you and Shawn both have turbo LSX trucks? No.
No.
I sold mine. Shawn's is nitrous. So there you go.
Yeah. But it's still fun. You can still go beat the streets with it, beat the shit out of it, and it still hauls ass.
Shawn, why do you paint your toenails?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever really answered this question before.
Well, here's your opportunity to tell the world, why do you paint your toenails?
Well, I've been doing it since I was probably 17, 18.
Doing what? Painting your toenails?
Painting my
or
toenails.
Sitting down to pee?
I probably started that when I was like 10. So it's just easier, I started doing it a long time ago. I used to go to the lake a lot, and toes are actually one of the ugliest things that I can think of.
I agree, especially yours.
Yeah. So why not pretty them up a little bit?
Okay, so there you go. Toes are ugly. Shawn pretties them up. No more ugly toes. Shawn, what are the best flip-flops to race in?
Definitely. There's no doubt about it. A reef flop is the best flop out there.
David Comstock puts, why Mike Murillo in the streets? He can't street.
He can't. I didn't realize he did street.
Oh, hey, we don't have to answer this one. Mike Murillo answered it. I'll tear into you, Dave, like a stray dog into an alley dumpster.
I feel like that'd probably be a pretty good race.
Ooh, they're saying that you look like Bang Shift Chad.
I do?
And they want to know who had the look first, Murder Nova, Shawn, or Bang Shift Chad.
Wow.
I'm going to say Shawn did. Shawn's always been cool.
Yeah. Chad's pretty cool.
Big Chief, why did you go with a 482 and nothing bigger? Because that's all I need to whip everybody's ass.
Yeah, why? Turbos don't care.
482. I mean, I feel like as fast as my car is right now, I could go smaller and still win.
Yes. Turbo don't give a shit.
Why? Come on! Don't y'all just let old Mr. Richard Clark be on Street Outlaws? He's a fucking shit show. A really good guy, but never stops talking. Put him on TV so we can all have a break from Facebook. I think everyone will be happier.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing with the list is we put people who street race on it. And I've never seen Richard Clark on the street.
There you go. Shawn, is it true every time Daddy Dave Comstock beats you, you get a boner?
I feel like I need to know who asked that question.
Daryl Ferguson.
Daryl Ferguson. Well, I mean, it's been so long since Daddy Dave's outran me that I don't really remember.
Let's see. When are you coming back on? I already answered that. When are you going to race Chicago? We did race Chicago a few times now, and you're going to see that in the fourth season. 405 versus Chicago. It's going down. We are going to end that saga. Boom. Tough can eat a dick. Danny Parker, do you think you can beat Daddy Dave, or will he get you by a nose?
That's a big nose. But
like a fucking sundial.
I think I can nose him out.
How does Jeff Lutz fit into Midwest Street Cars? He doesn't. He's not even here anymore. He may come back one day, but for right now, he's doing his own thing and building race cars. Justin Shearer, have you ever had to shit in a truck stop bathroom and had a conversation with the guy's feet next to you? Yes.
That's probably the dude.
That's Ryan Wise. He used to be my biggest hater. Now he likes me.
Yeah.
How you deal with so many stupid questions? It fills time on our podcast.
Yeah.
Justin Shearer, do you think Shawn's ass is still a virgin? No. No, it's not.
In fact, you know it's not.
I have good reason to believe it's not a virgin.
No comment.
Which do you like more, Doc's hood or watching two guys kiss?
Say his name. Who was it? Who asked that?
You know who it was.
Yes.
Baron.
No.
Rob.
Danny Parker.
Danny Parker, Phantom. I'm going to go with two guys kissing.
I don't know. I'd have to see the guys.
I don't care what they look like.
It's got to be better than Doc's hood. Jesus Christ, that thing is fucking hideous.
Yeah.
But I've heard he's back.
That's what.
I heard he's got the car figured out and he's kicking ass.
Yeah.
Have you and Shawn ever put baby oil on and wrestled each other? Wouldn't you like to know? There's video of it. Go find it.
YouTube that shit.
Let's see. I think that's all the good ones.
There's no more good ones?
Does Chuck have to have a booster seat?
That's a good one. Do you think Tough is a bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
We know Tough
Yes.
is a bitch.
Why
Yes,
is the
he
Street
is.
Beast 0-4 against your mom?
Oh, damn. Man, hey, your mom's just got Doc's number. It's
He does.
It's one of those deals where it doesn't matter how good Doc's car's running. Your mom's got his number.
Man, that poor guy. He just can't fucking beat that car. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Why'd you paint the Crow white?
Uh-oh.
Hey, there you go. Good way to give me Forrest Whitaker eye for the rest of the day, because that's what that fucking does. And when you ask me why did I paint my car white, it just, one of my eyes just closes up, and I just stay that way for the rest of the day.
Yep. Just mad.
Is Chief a CrossFitter? No.
Oh.
I am heterosexual. Thank you very much.
Hey, but his shoes, they
That's why I
do say
asked-
CrossFit
that's
on
why
there.
I asked. He said Chief's rocking the nanos. Oh, fuck. How did the show actually get started? If I'm not mistaken, was Big Chief on the show Pinks? Yes, I was.
Twice.
We won 2 cars on the show Pinks long time ago. Daddy Dave actually drove that car.
Long time ago.
Shawn, have you ever smelled your fingers after you wipe?
Yeah. Yeah. This morning.
Big spoon or little spoon?
Big spoon.
It really just depends on who's with me.
Yeah, it depends.
If Brandon is here, I'm the little spoon.
Oh, yeah, exactly. If Brandon from San Antonio's here, I'm the little spoon.
We're all the little spoon. Where do babies come from?
Your face.
Who do you think will paint their car next, and what color?
Wow.
Doc is going to paint his car next. Shit brown. I think it'd look better. Shawn, have you seen Justin naked? And if you did he see you looking?
If I
What
did,
is
you
wrong
damn
with these
right he saw
people?
me looking.
What is wrong with these people? Jesus.
Yeah.
This is insane.
I feel like we covered everything, man. We did the no prep. We did.
Oh, we haven't covered everything, but we will. We will. We have more of these to do.
I heard Tony Thorne was mad at you.
Tony Thorne, that fucking guy. He is the Texas grudge racer, the famous Tony Thorne. He is mad at everyone about the no prep. And
Why?
he said if this ever happens to him again, he's going to roll around in the fucking ground with them.
Really?
I mean, he's very mad that they lost the no prep. And I think he got called for jumping. I didn't get to see it, but
Who did he race? Like,
I think he raced Tina.
oh no shit. Tina put him out.
Well, I think he rolled. I think the car rolled or something because they were waiting on her to spool up. I don't fucking know. It's a giant drama on Facebook. You can look it up. But Tony Thorne's pissed about it, and I told him that I'd put $1,000 says boosted to whip his ass on the street, and I got 2,500 or better that says I'll drag his ass on the street. Heads up. He's got to give boosted the back tire though. Maybe we can make that happen this weekend. If possible. Tony Thorne, hit me up. 2,500 or better. My car versus your car, heads up. Got 1,000 says boosted. You give him the back tire, I'll fuck you up.
I feel like he's not going to put that thing on the street.
You never know. We can just put it out there and see what happens.
Okay.
We don't have much time left. Leaving for SEMA tomorrow. We will be signing autographs, hanging out, trying to get a ride in a trophy truck. BJ Baldwin, if you're listening or if anybody knows you, please respond. I really want to meet BJ Baldwin and hang out with Dan Bilzerian.
And any of the Hoonigans?
Yeah, I mean,
come over, holler at us.
Helicopters, trophy
Yes.
trucks. I'm in on all that.
That's the things that we like. Helicopters, trophy trucks, anything that goes in the dunes.
If
you can jump it, we want to go for a ride.
If anyone wants to buy me or bring me a beer while I'm hugging people and signing autographs and taking pictures, Wednesday we're going to be in the Kicker booth from 1 to 3. We'll be in the VP Racing Fuels booth following Kicker. Thursday, we will be in the MSD booth from 9 to 10, the Weld Racing booth from 10:30 to 11:30, and back at Kicker from 1 to 3. And then Friday, we will be in the XS Batteries Power booth from 10 to 12. Please, I like Miller Lite, MGD.
12 to 1.
Oh,
12 to 2 on
2?
Friday at the XS.
Oh, we're changed that.
Well,
12 to 2.
no, they changed that. Scott, we're having a party on Thursday night.
XS.
And
we don't want to get up that
Scotty
early.
said he don't want us to get up that early.
Gotcha. So find us, take pictures with us, let us hug you, and we will be there all. And if anything cool happens and if there's anybody there that just needs somebody to ride with them for something cool in a trophy truck, I am your man. Me and Shawn, we will do that for you.
Yes. Yeah. Just strictly for you because we love you.
Next week on the podcast, we're going to try and have a special guest, one of the Street Outlaws. We will announce that on the internet who it is, so that you can post up some questions for us to ask them.
Yeah, or let us know. Let us know
let
which
us know
one
who
you guys want to talk
Let us know
to.
who you want to talk to. You want to talk to Dave, Asian, Farm Truck, Boosted? Who do you want to talk to? Kayla?
Derek's a popular guy.
How about
I feel
Boosted and Kayla at the no prep in public?
Was they holding
There's
hands?
something going on.
They was riding
I
around
see
together
there's
on an ice
something
chest.
going on between Boosted and Kayla. I saw them at the no prep riding around on an ice chest together. They were butt to nut. She was holding him down. He was riding behind her.
He was getting some heat from her, because he's a little dude. And the wind was blowing, and he was cold.
She was riding him around on her motorcycle. Something's going on there. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like there is something between Boosted and Kayla, and I will get to the bottom of this.
Hey, no hate here, man. Good job, Boosted.
Right on.
Do what you do, man.
That's it. I think that's all. That's all for today. So if you've made it through this, you're still listening to Chief and Shawn talking about no prep crashes, Facebook, Dan Bilzerian, BJ Baldwin, SEMA, and Shawn losing first round to no prep.
Sucked.
Until next time, that's Chief and Shawn show. We're going to Vegas.
See y'all in Vegas. Come see us. And the whole trophy truck thing, that's serious talk. We're for real. Come see us.
You've been listening to Chief and Shawn talking about the list, talking about racing in the 405, did a little movie reviews, and all automotive culture in general.
Live.
No, not live.